host Sai. Corona, a virus that put an entire world into jeopardy. No caste, no color, no race could save. Only the God above is the cure. Believe in Him. This is a lesson for all. While you all seek this lesson, we are here to bring you insights for experts who are helping you seek this lesson. Today, we have with us one of such experts, Dr. Rakesh Joshi. He's been working as a scientist at National Chemical Laboratory, Pune. He's also a visiting faculty in Pune University and Munich Technical University, Germany. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you on this talk, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Sai.
So to begin with, I would like to ask you, how are you dealing with this situation personally? Because as a scientist, we would like to know what are your views about this current situation.
Yeah, surely this question, like humanity face very rarely, and it's a completely different situation that no one has been prepared, or no one thought of or imagine of, like how it came, how it spread throughout the world, and how it is affecting our life in terms of social, economic, I would say behavioral and everything. As a scientist, this particular event has given me a different perspective altogether. It has hampered a normal research activity quite a lot. Like to per se that like we are not able to attend or we are not able to perform as regular lab facilities are not going on, and support staff is not there, and surely it has changed the perspective how to look toward the research environment field. uh, I think that post corona the research will be quite a different, in terms of in last 2 months we have been more interacting than ever. So within a scientist and students, within a students we have a quite a lot interaction that usually not happens when we are in front of each other as well, and we are discussing about concepts, many different new ideas, many different new ways to do the science. So I think though it is a very the humanity, COVID has provided a very good time for everyone, and especially to the researcher to have the introspect and rewire the how they things and how they do the things. One thing that I can say that in case of Corona, the research environment has become more kinder toward the people. Not always about timelines, doing the things at right time in a right way, rather than it is understanding each other, knowing each one capabilities, and building a research in that particular way. So I guess, yeah, it's a very different environment, and it has given a different way of thinking toward science. And surely there are many ways that people are using way uh, as a like my experience. I have invested quite a lot time uh, in enhancing my knowledge about computational biology, because if we are not able to do the experimentation, but sure computational biology, or by developing something through the computation can help in fighting this COVID situation. So I guess, yeah, overall a different environment and different way that we can handle this.
Right. We also have Anurag Pandey with us. I would like to swing it to Anurag. Anurag, shoot your questions towards sir.
Sure. Definitely, sir. So, considering your immense background in the research, Rakeshji, do you want to highlight some of the issues as well as some possibilities that these policymakers and government should take to avoid the risk of COVID-19?
Um, I would say might be I am not, surely we are also sharing our views through our platforms, but I might not be that much capable of giving some feedbacks to policy maker. But I is doing quite a lot. They are acting proactively at various stages. Different government bodies like ICMR, CSIR, DBT, uh, Niti Aayog, they are working in very close collaboration with each other to fight these activities. But yeah, there might be some things that can be changed, like fighting against this a common enemy. There are sometimes whatever the efforts we are doing at the scientific level, they are somewhat discreet. So when it comes to the enemy, the fight should be step by step, and with all force together working in one particular direction. So like IITs are developing a diagnostic kit with a different, CSR is developing a diagnostic kit. It's okay to have a variety, but I think that everyone should come together and having a simple aim that we want a diagnostic kit with a very high true positive rate with a very less time and affordable rates. So if all the IITs, CSR Institute, ICMR, DBT bodies work together on a single thing at the same time, we might have a fantastic result. But yeah, surely there are many logistic issues, ground level issues, administrative issues. As a CSR scientist, I know it's not to say something, it's very easy, but when it's very difficult. But yes, I guess all the Indian scientists are doing phenomenal. CSR has developed a diagnostic method which is highly rapid. You can do like a test we have on the strip test. The same test has been developed for the corona, and it's a fantastic thing. Once it's approved, it's a very rapid, very cheap, and very, so yeah, surely as a suggestion to the, I can say that we are going in the right direction. The only thing, we need a concentrated efforts and taking one step at a time and targeting all the forces and all the powers toward that one step. It might be diagnostic, therapeutics.
All right. That seems like a generally good advice. I mean, collectively, we want all the research organization to work closely and come up with something which somewhere mutually benefit the audience specifically. Because right now there is a need for a lot more kits to be delivered than the individual time to develop it. So it's more of how rapidly we grow, isn't it, rather than what quality we develop. So do you agree with that? I mean, the quantity matters more here right now. In the sense,
I won't.
Yeah.
I guess no, we can't compromise on the quality, because if by chance there is a high chances of a false positive, it is going to overall burden the system at the hospital level, at the therapeutic level, and at each and every stage. So surely we need a quantity. I fully agree with you, but there is no compromise with the. So though if it is a, you can say that it's a war situation and we want our warfares ready at the point, but yeah, we can't have which are defective. They can blast your own troops. So no, I don't think we can compromise with the quality. Quality should be the highest, and assisted good with the quantity. Yeah, with a country like India, we have so big population, we need a quantity. Yeah.
So talking about all the test kits and the
Thank you so much.
situation right now, I think there are some issues about the drugs also. You know, common people are not really aware about the drugs. They're randomly taking some homeopathic drugs, and we would like to know what are your views on the cure or the drug that is being sold in the market.
Yeah, as I am a normal chemist, so surely whatever I can have understanding about. The major issue that we are dealing with the coronavirus is that everyone is focusing on the neutralizing the virus. Sure, of the very important thing that we should kill the virus or neutralize the virus. But the if you see the all the cases throughout the countries, the major issue with the COVID is when virus enters inside the how body responds. There is something called as a cytokinin storms, and this cytokinin storms has a very high negative impact, and the most of the deaths has happened due to this. So we are dealing on the one front that we just want to kill a virus. That's not a solution. How our body is going to respond to the virus, how we are going to deal with the cytokine storm, how we are going to deal with our own immunity against that virus, it is going to be a very big challenge. Right now in the market, or I would say in the clinical trial of WHO is doing solidarity, also INSERM is doing discovery. These are the very big clinical trials going throughout the world. The major challenge is that, like, if you see the pattern of deaths, or the people who are more prone for the death is a very different. In India, there are very huge, like very huge population of young people is dying due to the coronaviruses, because our lifestyle and lifestyle related disorders are very different. We are having a individual which are of age of 34 or having a diabetes. Surely there will be a very high chance of comorbidity. This is not situation with the Italy or other countries. So when it comes to the drugs, there can't be a single strategy which is going to be applied, and that's why I guess each and every country is concerning about that they are doing their own clinical trial specific to their own population, because it might be a chance that remdesivir will work at some population or some individual, but it might not work in another individual. Same with the favipiravir, or same with the lopinavir and ritonavir. Right now, we don't have a single bullet to kill this virus. Each and everyone is having just trial on different drugs. We are getting a very positive result with the remdesivir and favipiravir in the Japan and other. COVID, because we don't have any understanding about this virus. The second issue that like how we are going to administer, like if we go intravenous site of virus replication, if we give the site of, so of pharmacological pharmacognosy, drug and clinicians needs to collaborate together, and they are doing that. India is doing very well at every front. They are doing that, and I am very much hopeful that soon we will have some solution at least to mitigate this. If we come to the next part of the therapeutics, that is a vaccine. Vaccine development, like people think that each and every day there is in news that this vaccine has been developed by a vaccine, but if we really as a scientist, we know that it's not that easy process. Right now the major issue the COVID vaccine is how human body is going to respond to that vaccine. As I discussed, there is something called as a cytokinin storm. This is actually cellular immunopathology. So high chance that if we administered any vaccine to the individual, there will be a cytokine storm and the cellular immunopathology. Or in other case, there is sometimes the case that our immunological reactions, in case of dengue vaccine, it has happened that virus interacts with the antibody and it resides in the macrophage. So these are the antibody mediated reactions, and if that is going, then it is very difficult to get rid of this virus. So there are many challenges. We have very less time to act, but yeah, I guess, and very much hopeful that sooner or later or very soon we can handle this situation, because the way world is collaborating, the way world is fighting against this as a country, there is a very high chance that we will get answer very soon.
So talking about all the countries collaborating, talking about our own nation, there must be different organization, research body that are playing major role in this entire pandemic situation. So how are exactly those organizations working? How are they functioning in this situation?
Yeah, all bodies like I said, that Indian Council of Medical Research, Department of Biotechnology, Council of Scientific and Industrial Research are collaborating very closely, and they are participating in this fight against COVID at a very effective way. But can I just
Sorry.
bodies you were saying something?
No, sir. Continue. Whatever you're saying.
Okay, as you have asked, like how different Indian scientific bodies are collaborating or collaborating with each other on this situation. Yeah, Department of Biotechnology or Council of Medical, Indian Council of Medical, Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, they are working in a close collaboration to mitigate this situation. I can tell you about in detail like how CSR is. So CSR has launched fight against COVID, and they are working on the 5 different verticals. These verticals are mainly divided to to work at each and every different level. This includes like development of therapeutics. One vertical, there are 5 verticals. One vertical is developing effective therapeutics, that could be a drug or plasma therapy, or it could be a vaccine. And the institute like NCL or for CCMB or IICB, IGIB, they are contributing quite a lot into this. The second thing is about a diagnostic. So it's not only about developing something, but most of the CSR laboratories are center for the diagnostic, like COVID testing. Like CCMB is MTech, then IIG institutes are or NIRI Nagpur, they are serving as a center for the COVID testing. And surely IGIB and other institutes are developing a very effective, affordable and rapid test for the COVID patient testing. The another vertical that CSR and other institutes are working, that there is a way of the healthcare related equipments and the healthcare related different accessories. So all the institutes are developing an indigenous method to develop all this. So this also goes to the whatever the PM has called about the Bharat. So we are developing all the kits, all the PPE kits, all the ventilators, all the medical related instruments indigenously, and CSR is taking very big lead in are developing their indigenous technologies and giving to the MSMEs that they can develop this different apparatus and different equipments at a very low cost, and they will be available. We don't have to on any other countries for this, and we are very much successful in on that. So right now till this time that we have crossed more than 110,000 patients, there is no any PPE or any other equipment as of as per my knowledge, and we are doing very quite good in that area as well. There is another thing about surveillance. So surveillance actually only dealing with the surveillance of the overall country system, but also the surveillance of the COVID patients, how they are migrating, how they are dealing with, and how they are. So like we have Arogya Setu app. And I must say that NIC has contributed, but the data required for that has been provided from all these ICMR, DBT, and CSR institutes. So yeah, I must say that all the institutes are working very effectively. Like DBT has developed several center for the COVID testing. In Pune, NCCS is serving as a COVID. TIFR, sorry, NCBS is doing the same thing. They are doing the, and also they are actively participating in the research. So as of now, like recently, CSR has come new, you can say, a program it called as a 3Ts. So 3Ts are tracking. So tracking for each and every patient and each and every individual, testing. So once we know these are the possible patients, to test them rather they are COVID positive or not. And the third is a treating. So we are working very actively in developing a different therapeutics. We are having missions which are going on for having a clinical trials of the approved drugs, which is called as a repositioning of drug, because it is very difficult to propose new drug. It has a many steps, like it will go clinical trial, animal studies, toxicological testings and everything, and that might take years. So right now the best way to treat a patient is repurposing. So if you have a drug which is anti-malarial, but action against corona or COVID, we can use that. Similarly, we can, so right now the same strategies like remdesivir or lopinavir or ritonavir or other things, with a drug of any viral specific viral disease from the coronavirus family, but we are using them and some of them are very effective. India, the one important thing, has a very rich culture of the traditional medicine. CSI is also making an effort of using this traditional medicinal approach and traditional, so what we call as Ayurveda. And like in country, there has not been such a big clinical trials has been conducted in case of Ayurvedic formulations. CSR is doing that. They are using, in collaboration with ICMR and Ayush department, they are doing a testing for the 4 plants, which is Pipli, then Mulethi, one is Ashwagandha, and another is a Yadumeshthi. And there is one molecule called as Ayush 64, which has been developed for the anti-malarial treatment. And all these formulations together, they are doing a very big clinical trials. So yes, when we don't know about, we have to try each and every approach. And I guess most of the scientific agencies are doing, they are not keeping any stone unturned, and they are doing their best to solve the situation.
Very rightly said. So considering all this situation, you know, this is a perfect opportunity for a budding researcher to, you know, see this complete situation in a whole new different approach. So according to you, how would you address all the people who are trying to, you know, work in field of research, or who are planning to work in the field of research?
Researcher, I can just share my experience in this thing. Yeah, this is a very, as I said earlier, this is a very good time to like rather why you want to do research on, why like what you are going to so whenever we choose anything, it should be enriching experience, enriching human experience for us. So people who are looking toward research as their career field, surely they should think about that, rather this is going to give them that rich experience about a human or not. So yeah, this is a very good time to introspect that. Surely if some of them has already decided that they want to come into the science, or I won't say science, or in the research area, this is to know about the basics. So like if someone has recently joined to the PhD, it is very good time them to do the review of literature, because this is a habit we try to do the review of literature while writing the thesis, because it's one of the chapter. But if you do the review of literature at the beginning of your project, you will have a better experimental designing. You define your hypothesis and you can design your experiment very well. The second thing, that if some students who are in the bachelor's or master's and they want to go for the research, uh, uh, as I said, this time has highlighted the importance of the computational biology and the application of computation in medicine and biology. This is a very good time that people uh, might not expertise, but at least gain an experience of how the computational biology is going to contribute to the biology, and rather they can contribute in some way or some techniques of computational biology, which is going to really provide them a very good form for the future research applications or future experiments. So yeah, this is a good time. Like the student who are in the late of their about to finish their PhD, this is a very good time to compile their thesis and everything. And people who are in the middle of research career, like doing a PhD, and this is a very right time that they should think about their PhD hypothesis, design the experiment, because once they will come back, they will be with very refined mind and perform an experiment with, you can say, high success rate and with great accuracy. So I guess people should not think that this lockdown period or wastage of time, or this is a very good time to think about your research question, using or expertise, learning about new techniques, new things that can be applied for your research question, or imbibing a new experience that can help further professional, getting a professional positions or getting faculty positions.
Right. So keeping aside science for a while and talking about being human or talking as a human, there's been such a long period that people are are in lockdown, sitting at home. Psychologically people are getting affected, and they're not understanding what to do in such a long period. So we would like to know what you would like to address to everyone, every common person sitting at home right now, how to enjoy your lockdown, how to enjoy this entire process. That is, I mean, surely we're not enjoying this, but we have to find some way out of this. So we would like a word from you.
Yeah, I said earlier, this is a very good time to introspect, and I have read somewhere that this is a very good time not to go outside, rather to go inside. And really, so when you are like, if it is a quarantine or something, many people, so this is work from home, it's not holiday. Okay, so you should not keep aside your work. If you are a student, you should not keep aside your studies, self studies, or whatever the syllabus is given to you. So the basic thing that I think that is going to help to follow the routine. You should not disturb your routine. The way you were going to your office, the way you were getting ready when you go to the office, you should get ready in such a way that do like everything daily work in a routine. You will never get bored. You will feel that you are going to the office and you are doing your regular activities. If you have a routine, if you don't have a routine, then you will get bored. I guess following routine is very important. Doing yoga or meditation, many time people have this, like it's same with me, that I have always this excuse that I now we have a plenty of time. So we have to decide rather it's our laziness, or we really are not willing to do the things. A very good time that we should do this kind of activities which are going to give you a very good perspective about a human life. Rather it comes to the yoga, meditation, or books, or having something which is going to give you the different dimension to the human life. And surely I'm not talking very spiritual, but yeah, there is always a different dimension to the what we think we do and what we uh, uh, I guess this is an important time. Like, I can share my own experience. This is time I realized that I do many things which are unnecessary. That uh, to hang out, I thought that it's compulsory, because if I don't do that, I won't feel that I'm relaxed. No, that's not needed. We are just making our life complicated by making or restricting our pleasure, restricting our happiness to the places, people, or things we do. It's never the things. We can do something and we can be happy at whatever the place we are. It's just our psychology or our mentality, how we are shape that. So I guess this is a good time to think about that, whatever the unnecessary thing we do, and surely that is adding to the many issues to the society, to ourselves, that are going to be reduced if people are going to think very consciously and act very consciously in this time frame. So the best way to be in quarantine, because I have experienced quarantine as well for 14 days locked in one room. Follow your routine, do regular exercise. So don't think that this is a holiday, it's a work from home. Okay. And keep yourself entertained with good things. Okay. So this is how I guess and deal with the situation.
Yeah, very rightly said. And with this great message of Dr. Rakesh Joshi, that instead of going outside, go inside, seek inside. I would like to thank you, sir, for sharing all this insight to us. And it was a really great pleasure for me to host you as a guide, as a mentor. You've always been, an authority who always played a major role. And I'm sure every one of us would love to seek this insight. Thank you so much for sharing this.
Yeah, thank you so much on this activity, and it's a very interesting activity. I must say that everyone should stay home, stay safe, follow the rules which is the government for the social distancing, and just extend your help and extend your hands to those who are really in needs in this difficult. So stand as not as a humanity. I would say humanity is a very selfish thing. Just talking about humans, stand as a living organism on this. When we say Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, it should be of everyone, and we should help to everyone. So just stay home, stay safe, help everyone, each and every creature on this earth. Thank you.